welcome back everybody into another daily recap. So it's still 10 AM Eastern, but I wanted to have a quick recap of gold, of GJ and EurUsd as per price action, and also reviewing the London session because I didn't watch it, nothing, and then of course the New York session, mainly on gold and euro dollar. So let's jump back into let's start with GJ. So as we can see over here, we're coming into the start of the London session. This is actually pre-London session. You can see that price is moving into a bearish trend on a 20-tick chart. Remember that GJ has a little bit of a more spread on the from the bid and the ask compared to EU, so it's a little bit trickier to trade and scalp on the 20-tick chart. As you can see, it's all basically the size of a candle. So what we can see is that at the start of pre-London, we are failing to break above our previous highs over there, and of course we have this big range that we can with these last highs and these last lows. So if you want to be 100% sure, we will take the sells below these lows if it gets retested, or we can take them the sells in anticipation. So if we see the price breaking below, so especially if you can see over here, price broke below these lows, then we tested it, also giving us a further opportunity over there with another retest. So, but was there any buy in the meantime? Of course, in hindsight, I would say no, but if I want to be absolutely honest, let's just have a look at it in the in details. So we are coming over here. So we have these highs, okay, but price, it's here is the open. Price is making new highs. So I don't know, do we want to wait for price to clearly show us some strength or not? Because otherwise, if the price will retest this high and then continue up for 20 pips, I would say, yeah, why didn't I take a buy? So let's just say that we take a buy even over here, and I want it always yellow. So let's say I take a buy over there with this. This is the PSA, so I don't know why it doesn't want to go into a yellow one, but that's okay. So we have, remember, we should have around a 5 pip stop loss at the start. 5 pips is around below this, is around over here, and we go up to a 9 pip profit, but then goes back into our entry. If I were to take a scalp, I would probably have, like, first the stop loss, as I said, was at 5 pips, which is around there, we said. Depends if we enter a candle close. Yeah, if we enter the candle close, the stop loss will be below there. So we're there. But when the price is going actually into a bullish bias, that's where I move the stop loss. In this case, it's only needed to stay above this level. So we can see that the stop loss from here, which is our entry, because we enter at the candle close, the stop loss becomes like 1.5, 2 pips, and that's where we get stopped out, as you can see, and this would be our first losing trade, high risk, high reward first opportunity. Then we move on, and what we want to see, we want to see the price breaking above or breaking below these lows. Now we are in a very tight range, so probably, yeah, we are waiting for New York, for London open, but it's 30 minutes to London open. We can see this price action. This price action is quite interesting. Price is now failing to break multiple times, multiple attempts to break above, failing, and what we are doing now, we are actually breaking below the last lows and the lowest low. So as we can see over here, we have a breakout and then a retest. This can be our second entry. So this one was a loss, and now we are getting into another entry. Stop loss is at 5 pips. So if the stop loss is at 5 pips, it's about in the middle of these candles. So yeah, it will be around there. Okay, so it will be around there. This is the break and retest. This will be the stop loss, and we know that as the price is moving, we are going to adjust the stop loss. So moving slightly. Okay, price is already moving down. We are already making our move. It's already 7-8 pip of move. In this case, the stop loss gets moved down, up above, right above this pivot, which is like a 2 pip stop loss. Price continue moving down. We can, we might want to take some sell immediately into the impulse, or we, I don't know, depends if we want to wait for the full 20 pip TP to get it. And we can see prices reacting to this PPL, but there's still impulsive moving. So let's see. Yeah, also 15 pip might be a good trade. So that's where we might take our profit around there. The stop loss was absolutely closer, so we actually risked only not much of from this trade. So now this is becoming a winning trade, and this will be the setup after the failure to break. Simply break and retest of the last lows. You can see that is also this confirmation. We can say that this is actually the last candle that we used as a reference for our entry. Okay, so then we can move on. Yeah, price will actually move down, and we will go to 20 pip. That's okay. We remember that we are down like -2 pips, -2, +15. Okay, so then we took our profits over here. Our next PSA could be this one, but now what we are looking at is that price is going down, is making another move, another leg, but we didn't give us the full retest. So now we are adapting. I wanted to see further down below these lows, but it's actually not happening. I'm not sure if I would immediately want to take these buys over here. In this case, still the same. Will be very high risk, high reward. Retesting of the last highs over here. In this case, the first stop loss will be at 5 pips. I don't know where that is. Yeah, around there. And then get moved above here. So we only get really a nice and close, like a 0.8 stop loss. So in this case, this is also minus 0.8 pips. And this will be our loss, because the price, we move the stop loss when it goes moving up, but then of course the price does not go higher for us to take any decent, not even 7 pips, any decent TP. So then what we see is that the price is actually failing to break above, and yeah, now we are coming into London Open. London opens over here. It might give us some tricky entry, possible entry. This is a single candle. It's quite tricky, I would say, and we are just at London Open. So I don't know. I don't even know if there was any news today. So let me just check it. Today. Okay. No, it was at 8, at 9, there was nothing. So, and later on was that. Okay. Then we have the CPI for Europe. We have PCE today. Okay, and the Michigan consumer sentiment, which came out quite positive. Okay, anyway, I don't think I will take this trade. We are 1 win and 2 losses. Did I cancel? Yeah, okay. As you can see, 1 win, 2 losses. So let's see, after London Open, I will take this breakout over here. I don't know if it's going to be a win or a loss. Anyway, simply speaking, we can see that price is clearly breaking down below these lows. There's a strong bearish impulse, as you can see over here, from London volume, a little order block, and then the price is breaking and retesting it on the downside. So the first stop loss will be, as I said, always 5 pips, which is okay. Stop loss will be 5 pips, which is above there, around at the top of the order block. Let's just move this. Okay, so we have the volume on the bearish side, little order block over here. We had the stop loss, as I said, that is around this level. So price action, price is moving down, and when it's staying below this low, is making a new low and staying below, sort of retesting this level, that's when I will move the stop loss to like this will be around 3-4 pips. Yeah, basically 4 pips, and we can take profit again at 15 pips with the spike down as before. 15 pips is still a 3-1 basically from the first stop loss, but as you can see, we can get much smaller losses because we adapt. So as soon as the price is moving down, which is what should happen in our trades that are working, as soon as the price is moving down, we adapt the stop loss because we don't want it to come back. If it comes back to our entry, that's okay. We take an unnecessary loss probably, but anyway, overall, we can see that is giving us, is saving up a lot of, as you can see, in 2 losses, we only lost like 1 loss. So that's absolutely increasing the risk to reward ratio. And so we don't need to go to 20 pips. We can simply risk the minimum by taking the possible maximum advantage. So as you can see, for example, yes, price will go probably to like 20 pips. Yeah, even 5 pips will be taken out, but let's say maybe we don't take the profits, it gets stopped out over here and then comes back down. Yeah, we will take more, but that's not a scalping in my opinion. So we take our 15 pips stop, 15 pips, and then we watch the price action. So this was our trade idea. We want the price to break below these lows. It's coming back up. We might take a very risky buy over here that we already know is going to become a loss, but as you can see, it's a break and retest, not the prettiest. I wouldn't even take it because it's not a clear candle. But if I was to take it in this case, the stop loss instead of being 5 pips will only be around 2.5 pips. So that's great, and that's great to see. Again, no retest. Now we are 30 minutes into the session close and the price is simply ranging. So we are not clearly breaking below and we are not retesting, because now at this time I want a retest of this level. So there's probably no further trades on GJ for this session. So we closed at 2 wins, 2 losses, and as you can see, that's a great profitable setup. So let's move on into EurUsd, starting from the London session. Again, so this is okay, this is the open of the Eurozone. There's not much volume, so as you can see, there's not really some strong price action, I would say. Yeah, so there's not a lot of volume, so there's not really an entry. I will gladly wait and then see. I want to see the breakout of these highs in order to take a buy. I will want to take a break below or even below these lows for a buy. sorry, the opposite for a sell, but this is not happening. 15 minutes to London open, we have this week below, and this week is actually retesting on the dot these previous lows. So there's no clear direction yet, so that's when we can start to see some more volume coming back in. So now you can see that these highs are getting broken, but there's no real entry and the price is not trending. So I will now adapt and use these new highs as a reference, because I want to see a clear breakout and a retest for this level in order to take a buy. So this is when this is happening, it is happening with this candle and then the retest of this same area. At the retest of the same area, the stop loss is 2.5 pips. 2.5 on EurUsd will mean that is below here, and as you know, there's no real there's no spread. So at 2.5 pips that we said is around over there. Okay, is a little bit above that. See, it probably doesn't get even moved too much, but when we see this bullish move, we can already adapt and place the stop loss right below these lows. Probably I wouldn't even change it, because it's I mean, probably saving, depending on the entry, yeah, probably putting it at 1.8 or maximum 2 pips. So yeah, that's the new stop loss. And yeah, when we can take when can we close the trade in profits? So here is only 6 pips, it comes back in. We can take it at the impulse over here and take it at 10 pips, because we are seeing some bullish strength. 10 pips is absolutely more than enough on EurUsd, especially keeping in mind that it's a zero spread pair, and we are only risking at the worst 2.5 pips. So it's not even, it's basically a 4-to-1 risk to reward. Now what are we looking for is these lows and these highs. So now what we are seeing is that after London open, as you can see, half an hour after London open, we can see that the price didn't give us much of opportunity in this whole time frame, but it's giving us some opportunity and trending volume over here. We are seeing now, after seeing this bullish momentum coming back into the chart for the last half an hour of the session, we are seeing a clean break and retest. So what are we doing is actually this breakout can give us an entry setup. Stop loss would be 2.5 pips, which is basically right below this PPL, and I will mark it like this, but in red. So let's see about the momentum. We can already see that the price is moving bullish, so we can already now adapt and place the stop loss into a more closer one. Basically this is a break-even trade because it's 0.6, and this stop loss gets moved up, because now that's the price is moving. There's no point risking this full stop loss anymore. So now we are basically risk free because it's basically break-even. And yeah, we can run for like 10 pips, or we can take like an 8 pips TP, depending on the price action. I don't like this slowing down, but yeah, now with some volume, I will gladly take the 10 pips if it goes over there. Slowing down of volume. Now this is getting risky, because you can see if I didn't take already my my win, because it's only like 8.5 pips. This candle can easily be a nice TP taking. Now we might or sell it below here or just hold. Now we are seeing, we are glad that price didn't break below these lows, otherwise I mean it would be out at break even, and I would probably get out over here. Price is giving us another chance, the market are giving us another chance. Get out at probably 8 pips. Yeah, 8 pips after we've been risking basically 0 is the second win, and it's getting late. Just close off the trade. Even if it goes to 10, that's okay. This is more than basically a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Yeah, if we go back to our entry, and there's no point letting it wasting a nice 8 pips for that. So this was it. So we took this profit, and we can have a look at EurUsd on during the New York session as well. So this is the New York open. During New York, I would prefer to have a look at the gold. Usually moves quite better. Now at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, as I said, we had some news. I don't really want to focus too much. The PCE is decreasing, should bring some weakness to the dollar, but that's not guaranteed. Then we're going to have some PMIs that are not really showing it. First one is not really showing anything good for the dollar, and then a very good Michigan consumer sentiment. So let's just see what is the market telling us. So now, if we have a clear breakout above these highs, that's where we could probably take some buy. Otherwise, for sell, I would want to see some market structure forming. This can be a clear first break and retest of these lows. As you can see, probably a very risky one because we are closing below there, but it's risky because we are still above all this price action. So let's see if the price gives us some better opportunity. This can be already a retest. Yeah, and then price is not really moving that much. So let's see if it gave us a further opportunity that maybe I'm missing. Was no full retest of these lows, and yeah, I don't know if I will take any sell over there. So now let's see. Now we have these PSA over here for possible buys, and I want to see clearly break below these lows for possible sells. Okay, so now this is quite a nice buy opportunity. So let's see over here, for example, this will be a buy. The stop loss will be quite tight, as I said, 2.5 pips. Let's see if it starts moving up into a bullish, with some bullish price action, then we can adjust our stop loss. Then we are absolutely fine taking even a full loss. So, okay, so this our entry is basically over there. This is a 2.5 pips. So as you can see, we are getting very, very lucky because our entry, if is at the worst over here, it's only getting 1.6 pips in drawdown. Our first stop loss is over there. Down now, when the price is actually then moving up, we are moving into a 6-7 pip TP, but we are clearly failing to break above these highs on the left hand side. So if we want to be adaptive, we can take it off, just scalp. This movement is basically a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. We can still be good, especially on EurUsd without any spread. The thing is that maybe you just want to stick with it. The stop loss now gets moved into probably like a 2 pip stop loss. Yeah, 1.7 pip stop loss, and yeah, now you are basically risking it. Yeah, you're risking the loss unless you took out the TP at the top. That's basically based on price action, on market structure, not on the pip amount of the trade P&L. So now let's see what's happening later on. Are we having some shifting bias? So now we are validating this failure to break as a strong bearish liquidity. Let's see if we're getting below these lows in a quite convincing fashion. So far, no. We're coming into a new 4-hour candle, and now we're closing below. We might take another chance of it, especially after the winning session during London. So we might take this one. The entry will be as close as possible, and at 2.5 pips will be exactly at these candle bodies. So it will be above there, and let's see. So this one was basically a 1.7 pip loss. So we are at a minus 1.7. This is just for the New York session, and it's a we had a win that was 8 pips plus 8, but that was in the London session as well. Yes, so okay, This is the first trade of the New York session, so that's only the first loss. So we said we are taking this trade. Okay, and now you can see now we don't have any time to take any to adapt the stop loss. This gets to a full stop loss, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, now let's see if the price will give us further opportunity on the downside. Price is staying below the same level, the same order block level, and it's tempting, but I mean now I'm starting to have some second guessing, especially because of the fact that it's not really trending already. Now price might range in for a little bit, so it's getting a little bit sketchy. But let's see if we can get some strong price action on the downside. Yeah, now as you can see, price is moving down. Okay, retesting these lows, and that's where we could take our further attempt for the sells. Let's see. Stop loss will probably be around, yeah, around the top of these candles. Okay, we get to adapt it when the price is going to like 7 pips. Price goes to 7 pips. There's no point, there's no real point to leave it into leaving it at full size. So I will place it basically break even. This is a 0.8. This is a basically 1 pip loss due to the fact that minus 1 pip. At least we are saving up. As you can see, we took 3 losses, but we only paid the price of 2, thanks to adapting a stop loss. And if it gets out over here, it gets out also the 2.5. So there's no real, as you can say over here, yes, it gets out at 1.7, it gets out at 2.5. We are really saving up some money that is precious money. So now we are possibly retesting these highs, but then we are getting into some bullish volume. Okay, so this is some bullish volume. We made a new high. We're still failing to make consistently new highs, and that's when we see some huge sell-off. There's no real sell opportunity over here. Probably the first one is around there, the first really risky one if you want to take, but I mean that's basically more a hindsight than anything else. We have these eyes. We are creating a new fresh order block, and it's coming New York Stock Exchange opening. Let's see if we can clearly break below now these new lows. Okay, we do. Let's see if we can have a retest of this one. No retest, no entry. So we are still continuing at this level. So now we can wait for the news. The news are coming at 4. Coming right before that. So it was over here the news that was actually bad for the US dollar, but as you can see, USD also got strength. So there's no really it's not following the fundamentals. What we see is that we have a full retest of these last lows. Now we are 4 minutes before the big news, so I will not really enter before the news, but after the news, this is the first minute, so we already know that the numbers are good for the US dollar. So now we might take a sell at a further failure to break, or let's see, I want to see the confirmation. I want to see the retest of these lows. As you can see, this will be quite sketchy. Probably the entry here would be quite impossible to take, and this one is a little bit late, so I don't think I will take this entry. And anyway, yeah, the price is quite rangy. So on EurUsd, as you can see, we will take these losses, are only minor losses, so that's saving up. That's absolutely saving up. So it's minus 1.7, minus 2.5, and that's a minus 1. Okay, so we can then Okay, so now let's move on and see gold. Gold mainly on the during the New York session, but yeah, I think this is also during the London session because it moved a little bit. So now what I wanted to see is the same thing, probably same price action, same rules that I'm looking for. So I want to see this first. I want to see these highs being broken at the start of the pre-London session. We failed to break below. Now when we have this breakout, what we see, we can either take a retest of these highs, but also the most recent ones are these ones. So now it's getting a little bit quite a few minutes, quite a few candles. It's not really minutes, but quite a few candles, because you can see that there's not much volume. It's taking basically 1 minute to make a candle, and it's a 20 tick chart, so it shouldn't take that much. So that means that there's not a lot of volume coming in right now. But simply as per price action, what we can see, we have this retest of these last lows. Even the retest of this one would have been okay. So yeah, this is okay. So let's say that we take this entry over here, and we have at first we have a 10 pip stop loss on gold. Probably we can even adapt it as always, but yeah, the 10 pip stop loss would cover these lows. But we can already see that when the price now fails to break below, it only goes like 1.5 pips below our entry. That's when we can see that the is starting to have a bullish price action. With this bullish momentum, what we do, you already know, we place our stop loss right below the pivot. So that's when we are seeing that from a full 10 pip, now we're only risking, I think I would say, yeah, 3 pips. So that's a great risk to reward ratio. And where do we take profits? We are breaking above these highs, we are staying. Probably anywhere above there is still a 20 pip. Yeah, that's a 20 pip. I will take it and leave it, especially with the fact that I am only risking, basically most of the time I'm risking less than 10 pips. So the overall real risk to reward ratio is actually good. And let's continue and see if the London session gives us some further opportunity over here. Now we have these PSAs. Now, okay, London open is over there. We might take another chance at this retest over here. Stop loss 5 pips, 10 pips. Where is that? 70. Okay, yeah, it's around over there. This is the original stop loss. As soon as we see the price moving up, I will move it below these lows. Otherwise, I will take my loss. Okay, I'm not really liking it. Probably I will now place it below these lows. As you can see, it's matching these lows and this one. So from the original 10 pips, now we're only risk half of that. So we said that this was a 10 pip. Okay. Okay, yeah, something like that. Was a 10 pip. Now it's a 5 pips stop loss after this move and after the price action is continuing. So now I'm really not interested in having this PSA anymore because I'm in a trade. I don't care of the price action. Let's see now, after this price is making this pivot, I will place it, not before that. And let's see what the price action is telling us. If it gets an impulsive move, even after this price action, even if I take like a 15, 20 would be golden pips, then I will take the profits. Okay, yeah, as you can see, when it reaches, I see the momentum and it reaches 20 pip. Yes, that's when I take my profits and I run with them. I don't care if I'm missing out. that's what I was doing, but I think that doesn't really matter. As long as I'm making the right choices and I'm taking my profits as soon as the market makes them available to me in some reasonable fashion. So let's see now. We take our profit, and we can also call it a day as per the London session on gold, especially if we were also looking at EU and everything. Yes, we can say that with the same stop loss, I would have taken 45 pips, but that's not anymore a scalp. It's basically 1 hour of a trade, and it's not really scalping. So I'm sort of shifting that idea. Now, yes, so that's the end of the London session for me, and we're going into the New York session, which is starting like we did on EurUsd, starting at 8:30, because we have some big news. So we have some relevant news. So I don't want to take the first few minutes of trade. Okay, so now let's see over here. This was the sells that we could have probably taken also on EurUsd. What I want is the sell below there. Now, this is a strong PSA, and this candle might give us exactly the entry that we want. I don't know why I'm tempted to take this. I want to take this retest. Probably I'm greedy, and look at this size of this candle, and probably a lot of orders are left over there. So probably I will take an entry over there. Depends on yeah, it's already 4 minutes, so the spread should be okay, I would say. So if I take this entry over there, and I have a 10 pip stop loss, which is about over there. Okay, this is my original stop loss of 10 pips. Remember that from London session we have 2 20 pips wins, so that's absolutely great. We can lose some profits. Let's see. Okay, now if we get some nice bearish movement, at least to these lows, that's when I will place the stop loss to right above this new lower high. But that's what I want to see from the market. Yeah, and let's see. And we get stopped out at 10 pip because it's the price is going directly to that level. So now let's see if we get some clear price action. Okay. Okay, so now where we got stopped out, we actually now are getting some possible scalp on the other side. I don't know if it is hindsight or not, but yeah, we have a breakout retest of these last highs. We got stopped out over there, so we have this time to see it, and even though it is retesting exactly where we got stopped out, we would have taken this entry over here, and as you can see, the stop loss for 10 pip would be right below these lows. We are safe, and we get a bullish momentum. In this case, even saving up, even placing another stop loss will only mean that we take basically a 7 pip stop loss, and if the price is not breaking above these highs, that's getting quite concerning. And this is like 16-17 pips. Of course, if it reaches over there, I will take out the profits and leave, but I hope that this PSA actually holds. Did I take the screenshot of the last trade? No. Okay, so let me just do like this. Okay. Okay, so now this one is okay. So we said that we have this one. Let's see if it reaches these highs. Okay, that's good. So we sell into this impulsive movement. We saw that the price reacted over here and stayed above. So that's very good. So we actually got our win during the New York session at these highs over there. So now this should be like a 20 pip. Yeah, so this is a 20 pip win. And we moved up the stop loss. No, I want to do it over there. Okay, so we had like a 10 pips and now a 20 pip. 10 pips loss, which is unfortunate, but I mean, I don't think now, hindsight, totally, but I don't think that after making this pivot and seeing the price go down, I would place it over there, the first stop loss. I don't know, maybe yes, but I mean, anyway, we got our first win and one loss and one win. And let's see now any further price action, what is telling us. So now there is no break below these lows, there's no break above these highs in any reasonable fashion, and we're coming into the new 4-hour candle. Now we are breaking absolutely above these highs. The thing is that there's no real retest. There's no retest, so we cannot take full advantage of it, and I'm not taking the end of pullback. So I'm more likely waiting for some sell below these lows rather than some buys. But now let's see if we get, okay, this is a possible retest that we can buy. So the goal is quite extended, I would say. Yes, price would go 45 pips, blah, 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 blah. But as a scalper, I would have loved to have this buy over here for like 16, 20 pips. This is, I think, how long did it pass? From the new 4-hour, yeah, 7 minutes. I don't know if that's enough of a breaker retest or if it's too long. On this chart, it looks quite long. But let's see now, yeah, if we take this buy over here, as you can see, we already see that the price is moving up. What we see is that the stop loss, original stop loss, will be 10 pip, and only an entry, the entry will be at this candle over there. So that's basically, yeah, a 10 pip stop loss. The entry, let's see, in this case will be at the end of, at the close of this bullish, small bullish candle over there. That's because the bearish one didn't close over there. Maybe on the live feed, because this is the demo, on the live feed it will be better and we can check it. But on the, let's have a look at it. No, I don't want, because I don't want to spoil me the rest of it. So let's see. For sure we make this entry, and after the price goes like 15, 17 pips, we for sure move up the stop loss below these lows, and yeah, you can see that reaches 20 pips. We sell into this impulsive move, and that's where we get our win. So 2 wins doing New York, 1 loss, and after, okay, so no, let me remove this. Okay. Okay. And we move the stop loss into basically a risk-free one. So 20 pips. Then probably, yeah, we took this. We could probably take also this very risky. So this one was a sold. We could take this retest of these ones. This will be very, very fast right after the exit. So I'm not really sure if I would take it, but yeah. Then we will be waiting for the news. Simply waiting for the news. The news are coming over here, especially waiting for the 10 a.m. candle. We have the break below these lows, but look at the size of the candles, not really convincing. Now that we are coming into a New York Stock Exchange opening territory, now the volume is getting some a little bit more interesting, I would say, and that's where I would love to see some price action moving. So now, okay, we see that the price is making a low, closing below, probably retesting. This will be a very high risk, high reward entry, I would say, or anywhere below these lows. As you can see, price is retesting it, but yeah, we want to wait for the news. Probably, yeah, I would have entered over there, and even if it's going to be a loss, that's okay. That's a 10 pip stop loss. Where will be? Yeah, it will be exactly on the top of that. But as you know, as soon as the price is moving down like 15 pips, there's no real reason to leave it over there. So that's where I will lower the stop loss and get stopped out with a minor loss. So this was at all was absolutely the right decision. So that's okay. The fact that we get stopped out 3 minutes before the news. I don't know if this was a spike up, so that was actually slippage, but yeah, that's on the demo, on the reward, on the recap. That's about it, what we can do. So now we have a break below these lows, a retest. Now we're 10 minutes from the another big news. This could have been a possible entry, but quite risky. The data was against the dollar, but still, what's the word? The market, the technical analysis is showing us some strength from the from the bearish side. The stop loss will be 10 pips, which will be around here, 73.5. We get our first leg down around 12-15 pips, and of course we move our stop loss down. So now we're waiting for the 20 pip scalp, and as you can see, 20 pips get safely before the actual news. So that's when we get our TP hit, and we are out before the news actually comes in. And that was the setup. So let's see now with the 10 AM candle what is actually happening. Remember that the consumer sentiment was quite good for the US dollar, so I'm expecting now that after the news, price will aggressively break and retest these lows, or if it makes a pivot, I will want to see a break and retest of this pivot. Okay, we're still 1 minute away. Now this is the news release. We have a spike up, luckily, and actually I would adapt and take some sells below these lows, but it's not really giving me the chance. Price just straight goes down, and yeah, if I were to use these same lows, you can see that the price will give us a perfect entry, and I don't know where I could have entered over here. I just want to analyze it. We have a break below. This is exactly at the news, so there's no point entering. 1 minute, so we digest the news and we see. I'm not really sure that if this is a possible retest of this lower wick. If we look at like on the 10 ticks chart, let's see. I don't know. In that case, that's a nice setup. Okay. Yeah, you can see, yeah, probably like this. You can see this was the wick, but we can see that there's a full retest over here that we are missing on the 20 tick chart. I don't know even on the 60 tick chart if there was any. Okay. At 4. Yeah, there wasn't any retest even on the 60 tick chart. But yeah, this would have been a very nice trade, simply going straight down. I'm not really sure where I could have entered. This retest is actually during the news, so there's big spread. I'm not really confident in that. And yeah, so it's quite sketchy unless I enter over there. There's a possible first retest actually, as you can see over here, that we can spot on the second. It's actually giving us like basically 1 minute to take this decision due to the fact that we have this bias. If that's the entry and we have a 10 pip stop loss, the stop loss will be around there, and that's the stop loss. As soon as it goes in our direction, of course, gets above this pivot eyes, and yeah, as you can see, it goes to like 20 pips pretty fast, which will be another possible win. So this is scalping. gold, EurUsd, and yeah, it's quite interesting. Always good to study it, to have some insights. From the hindsight, it's good to have some insights. As you can see here, price is dropping. There's no retest of these order block lows. Would have been absolutely amazing for that. No retest, and then the price is quite into a little bit of a range since then. I wanted to check doing on the live account. What I wanted to check, if I wanted to check the weeks, if are the same. This is okay. Yeah, this is still a week. I wanted to check it. Yeah, over here, I want to check the entry. This is live. It's a little bit of a better entry. I don't know where I could have entered, but yeah. So that's basically it for today, guys. A very nice recap. I love doing that, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you next time.